What is going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 20 of our Millwall career mode here on Football Manager 20. And today, we've got some big games. But, as you can see in the table, 7 points ahead of Fulham. We have 6 games to go. We have a game in hand. We're in a pretty good spot to stay safe our first year. Last episode, we lost 4-1 to Arsenal, but we also had that 1-0 victory away from home at Fulham that really gave us a heck of a push. And now we have 2 games. Well, our next 4 games are all games we can theoretically get points from. So in an ideal world, we can have safety wrapped up. That would be absolutely ideal. As we said, if we lose this game to Burnley, they'll be on 20, so we'll be 7 points ahead of Fulham with 5 games to go. And Fulham's schedule from here isn't exactly the easiest, is it? Newcastle at home, Everton at home, West Brom. You feel they try and get points from those, and then Chelsea and Leicester to end it. So in theory, you feel they would have to get 9 from here. If they don't get any points from the last 2, they would have to get 9 from there, assuming we go ahead and lose to Burnley. I actually haven't gotten to the Burnley game yet, but we'll get there. But if they do it that way, then we're kind of at a point where, a win here can really set us up. But we're going to jump forward. We are going to get to the Burnley game, and hopefully everyone is fit. We can actually go ahead and make sure everyone's up and rested. I think everyone is currently being rested. We made sure of that last time round. I know there hasn't been a video in a few days. I just wanted everyone to, get through their Easter, enjoy their holiday, and kind of, reset themselves a little bit as we move into this quarantine a little bit further. Things are starting to, from around where we are, they're starting to level off, it seems. So hopefully everything, turns out okay and continues to go ahead and be good. But we can take a look here. There are actually some big games going on. And as I said, not be okay, but as things continue to move in the right direction. That's probably the best way to go about it. That game ended 5-5 there. Bournemouth have lost. Is there anybody here worth looking at? No, it's West Brom theoretically, but West Brom have to win out. They're 16 points back with 6 games to go, so they have to win out and hope nobody else grabs anything. So theoretically, West Brom could go down right here with a loss, which as far as I've seen, I have never not in this Football Manager. I've never not seen West Brom at the bottom of the Prem or at the top of the Championship. They are the definition of yo-yo team in this Football Manager. I never see them anywhere top 5 and bottom 3. That is the only place you ever really see West Brom. Rivalry stoked. Does it say if they've gone down? West Brom have lost 3 of the last 5. It doesn't say they've been technically. They need 15 points. Oh, from their last 5, I guess. If Villa grab any points, then they're down. That draw saved them a little bit, but you feel it won't do too much in the grand scheme of things. And forward we go. We're about to jump into our Burnley game. I'm nervous. This is a big one. This is our most winnable game for the rest of the year. And we've been doing well against these teams around us. If we can continue to go ahead and do that, that'll be safety guaranteed. As we said, the next 4 games put us in a position here where we can do something. Brighton are playing Southampton. I don't think this means too much. I guess if Brighton wins, Southampton could be drawn into this a little bit, but I think Brighton and Southampton are both going to be okay. 8 points the gap with a game in hand, both of them, so there is space. It finishes 0-0, so a 9-point gap with 5 games to go is a pretty good spot to be in. But here we are. Burnley, Millwall. This is the big one this episode. It's going to be tough to go to Wolves and, and really, grab something there. That is a tough place to play, and they are a proper tough team, so it's going to be pretty difficult to go there. If we're going to get our points today, it's going to come right here at home against Burnley. Burnley are always tough, but Burnley at the moment look like they might be going down, and hopefully we can make that a little bit more certain. But let's jump into it. Who is fit and ready to roll? Are we looking at Romeo yet? Romeo's not fit. We need a proper right back next year. We've talked about that. But I think everyone else is pretty good to go. I think we're going to move Garner in. He's been playing decently well recently. Ferguson is kind of half into play. Hutchinson, Mavropanos can play. Couldn't play against Arsenal. That's Tuezi coming along. He's okay. Probably needs a loan move. But I think we're good. I think this is good. Niguez is kind of tired, but we can always bring Grosicki on at halftime, and Grosicki can go 45 minutes, so we may just do that. But let's jump into it. Let's rock and roll. Let's get something from this Burnley game. Dwight McNeil. Show improvement from our last outing, which was the Arsenal defeat, but it's tough to go head-to-head with teams like that at the moment for us, so we kind of just accept our beatings most of the time and move on. See if you can stifle them, but if you can't, those aren't the games that are going to keep you up and down. These are the games that are going to keep you up and down. As Wallace goes in, has it cleared away. But Noel, grabbing some important goals for us so far. We go with him ahead of Bradshaw today. See if he can, nick another goal, though they are on it here. Let's see if they can cause some problems. They sneak right by, and he gets into the box and has a shot that's a little bit poor. But we've had three shots already. Haven't seen any of them, but if we're getting shots, that is good. And we're starting to collect a couple here. Niguez also playing rather well for us as of late. I didn't expect him to do that, but he's been really good lately. That was the only shot Burnley have had. It is the only highlight though so far. We've had 60% of the ball at the moment, dominating the play, but not really causing any problems, are we? Like to see if we can get some sort of highlight or something around here, because everything else is going okay. There are no other scores going on right now. I guess this is everybody's game in hand. Fulham, kind of dealing with it. And we are approaching halftime, and there is going to be nothing. Lovely. What a half of football. Jesus. We owe Burnley after what happened last time. Let's run with that, but let's go to the tactics. Niguez hasn't been playing well. He is tired. We'll bring Grosicki in, and we'll see if we can do something here to start this second half. A very, very slow first half, though we did dominate most of the play. So if we can just turn that into a couple more opportunities, that would be ideal. Burnley on it here. Cork gets it out wide. Taylor back into McNeil. Taylor, can we get to it? Not quite. Now he heads the ball toward goal. A decent opportunity, that. Not what we want to see. I'd like to turn this into something. I mean, obviously an 8-point gap is still pretty good, but if we can get a win here. Iosi Perez at Burnley. Very strange. Nothing is happening. Let's change Noel up front. Bring Bradshaw in. He is good in terms of movement, Bradshaw. And now they have a free kick, and it's clipped in, headed on, and oh, Jesus Christ, it's hit the bar. And it gets cleared away, and now we have a throw. They're on attacking. They need to win. So can we take advantage of them moving men forward? Bradshaw, can he chase this down? He can, but McPope does eventually clear. Can't quite get to that, and Burnley on it again. McNeil, can we nick it off him? Not quite. They're moving the ball forward. Chris Wood heads it down, and now they have a bit of an opportunity. That's blocked away. Comes to McNeil, goes for goal, and it's wide. And now Burnley are starting to turn the screw a little bit. Okay. Nick Pope gets it down. There's Bradshaw on it. He clips it forward. Can Jed Wallace get there? Not quite. Gets it out to McNeil, and we're not really having anything. But Manning nicks in there on a heavy touch, and Jed Wallace is in on goal and straight at Nick Pope. I want to get Gardner off and bring Thompson on, but I also don't want to make that sub too early. We'll go another 5 minutes or so. But Burnley now really starting to fling men forward. If we can get another good tackler in the middle of the pitch, that'd be ideal. So let's get Ben Thompson into that space right now and see if we can cause some problems here. 15 minutes to go, and this has been a dreadful affair. But then again, let's just not lose, shall we? Gonzalez is on it. He's racing forward here. Iosi Perez out wide. Moving the ball around nicely. It's clipped away. Can we nick it off Cork? Not quite. Gets into Gonzalez. He takes it down. Taylor forces a save out of Darlow. We have not been very good today. That started mid-corner, which is very strange. It goes out wide. Mangala's on it. Tarkowski. Can we nick it off the center back? No. Gonzalez wide, and Manning is booked. That's not even a highlight. Very strange. I'm going to go... I don't know what I want to do here. They're going more attacking. I'm just going to leave this. I'm comfortable with a point. I would have liked us to play better, but I guess we'll take the point. This is a very strange game we just played. But I guess we'll take it. Zach gets nodded down. Ferguson on it. And Durham out wide. Manning. Can we create something before the end of this game here? Thompson and Durham, they're just moving the ball around, and that gets slung out of play, and that's game over. A very crappy game, I guess, to say the least. We'll let them know it was disappointing, but we did nick a point there, and not nick a point, but we grabbed a point there. And now with an 8-point gap between Fulham and us with 5 games to go. That may be a big point in the end. 2 points would have been nice, but as we said, that it's okay being what it is. Not too bad. Where were we on tactic-wise? We changed it out here. Back to this. Has this been causing problems? Not so sure. This is the one we've been rolling with, and it's been working, so we'll continue to roll with it. All right, now we're going to jump into the Wolves game, unless there's a Fulham game here on the Wednesday. I don't think so, though. I'd be pretty surprised if there was a Fulham game. Yeah, I think we're just going to jump forward, and I think the game will show up on the Tuesday or over the weekend. Whenever it shows up, we will make sure we get that result to you. It's very important, obviously. But let's jump into the Wolves game for the moment. All right, here we are. We are back, and Fulham are playing Newcastle, as you can see. It's on the Sunday. Burnley had played and drew, and Burnley can only catch us if we lose out and they win out and they overturn goal difference. So they are essentially done and dusted in terms of catching us, and I believe Fulham will be the only team down there who can catch us, and they've got this Newcastle game here. If Newcastle can... Never mind. They cannot do us a favor. Fulham get the win, and now Fulham are within 5 points with 4 games to go, and that is annoying. We'd like Fulham to drop some points as soon as possible. I was hoping that along here they wouldn't grab all the points necessary, but they seem intent on doing that. Now we have a tough game at Wolves that gets a little bit bigger, and the drop points for Burnley start to get a little bit bigger. 5 points over 4 games. It'll be tough for them. They'd have to win those 2 against Everton, and we'd have to lose out. Hopefully we can grab some points. Ideally, we can grab them as soon as possible. The way to, I mean, Wolves, Bournemouth. What was the other game in there? We weren't going to win the last 2. West Ham. So how crazy would it be that our safety could depend on beating West Ham at the Den? That would be absolutely incredible, considering what this is. But yes, Aston Villa dropped, so Aston Villa still have to pass us up. We're level with them on points as well, so 2 teams still kind of have to pass us up. What happens? What are Villa's looking like here? Who do they have to play? Villa away to Chelsea, home to Burnley, away to Brighton, home to Arsenal. There's a chance that they may only win one game there with the Burnley game, and maybe Burnley, you know, will definitely be fighting. That will be a tough one, those two games right there. But here we are, Wolves away from home at the Molineux. This is a tough one, a proper tough game. Away to Bournemouth won't be easy either. But yeah, let's jump into this. Let's just get rolling. I believe this time, though, we are going to bring Thompson in. Romeo is still not fit. I mean, he can play, I think. We're going to play him here. We're going to run with it. We're going to get Manning in and Ferguson, and we're going to get Ferguson on the bench for McCarthy. And if we have to swap, we have to swap. But Romeo, his fitness and match fitness were okay there. I think he'll be good to go. And here we are. A proper good team here at Wolves. Let's go. Their recent form isn't that good. It's a shame. Our recent form is okay. Not sure why they reacted so poorly. Now it's just Mavropanos, who I don't think we're going to bring back. I think we'll end up going for a different center back in the summer, but he's been pretty decent for what we've had to deal with so far this year, so we'll keep him in there. Neves is already starting semi-unfit, which is good, down to 82% conditioning already as Bournemouth go behind after 4 minutes. But this is a toughie. Can we nick that off? Not quite. Chalobah gets it out wide. And they are on the attack to start as Gibbs White has his shot blocked. And the highlight continues as it gets out wide. Romero. Neves, can we nick it off him? Oh, no, we cannot. It's a free kick. Okay. The highlight gone. They're starting to already turn the screw, Wolves. We haven't had a shot yet. And now they have another throw in our third, and no one gets near Gibbs White. Get in front of him. Let's not let Neves have a shot, but Catrone does. And an early goal for Wolves. Left Catrone in too much space. His 18th goal of the year. That's pretty good, isn't it? But still, gets cut in here, and he's just left alone. No one steps up. A very weird defensive line we've got there, and not the start we were looking for. We have a better goal difference than Villa, but we don't have a better one than Fulham, which could end up obviously being an issue. Niguez, Bacuna gets it forward, and Null's not going to get there. Willy Bolly is. Romero. We nick it, not quite. They're moving the ball around well again. Servi. Out wide. And there's too much space out here on the wings, and it's Catrone again. Ugh. What's going on here? Defensive width a little bit more. Let's lower the line a little bit. Pass into space. I want to get the ball out here. Pass into space a little bit more direct. Not a good start, is it? 2-0 to Wolves inside 20 minutes, and we knew this would be tough. These are it's a tough team. And Catrone with 2 goals already. He's got 19 for the year, which is pretty good. We don't want to get blown away either with us trying to catch Fulham. Now, Noel can get onto that. Does well. Can he nick it forward? He can. Jed Wallace is going to get onto it. Now we have an opportunity perhaps as that gets stolen off. It's a corner. Can we get this on Jay Cooper's head as that gets clipped in? Bakuna's going to get to it instead, and not very far away. Decent opportunity, though. Let's get creative, lads. I worry ever so much. 5-point gap. They've got 2 winnable games, too. We need to get points from somewhere. Too easy. Too easy. Catrone has it blocked, and he goes again. Has it cleared away. He is causing all sorts of problems, Catrone. Doesn't help when we can't tackle as that gets clipped in Durham, and he gets it forward, and it's going to go to nobody. Not a good half. That was disappointing. I think what I'm going to do, since we kind of need to do something here, I am going to... They don't have any specific things for marking, which is weird. Stay forward. Run with the ball. Hold up the ball. Take fewer risks. Roam from position. I'm trying to see... You know what? The issue I always have is I know exactly what I want. And what I want is... Cancel. They bring their wingbacks forward, and I just want them to stay up and play balls in behind the fullbacks that aren't there. I don't know how to make that happen. I know exactly what I want. Maybe if I don't do it that way. But it's annoying. It is most certainly annoying knowing exactly what you want and not figuring out what I want. They bring their fullbacks forward every attack. I just want these two to stay up and then just move into that space. I want balls played right here every time. But I don't know how to get the balls into that space. I do not know. Let's demand more. I'm going to also take Thompson off because we don't need the tackling anymore. We need the creativity a little bit more. Bring Gardner on. Acuna gets it out wide. Manning's going to fall onto this. Gets it in. Garner. And Durham moving the ball around all right. Let's not lose it. Gets it out to Romeo. And Romeo can slip in. He played across it. Jed Wallace has a shot, and it's blocked away from a tight angle. And now we have the corners. That gets clipped in and headed away. And Durham's on it. Garner. Is this the end of the highlighter? Is there more? Jed Wallace, and he does well to skip right by him, and Jed gets it in, but oof. Decent opportunity there to have a shot at goal, but ball comes across and it's cleared. We're just going to go on to attacking. We need 2 goals. We have a throw. What in the world? Oh, out for a corner. Okay. Perfect throw then, lad. That gets clipped in. Cooper's going to get onto it, and it's in the back of the net, and that is what we needed. And we're back in the game. A dreadful mistake. A horrible throw and a horrible touch out of play. And Cooper gets up, and he has the header on. It's a good header. Patricio gets a touch to it, but cannot finish it. I wish we would have had his goals earlier on, but we didn't get a chance to have them going as that gets clipped out. Romero's on it, and that's not what I want to see. Manning gets a touch, and Durham's going to get to this. Don't lose it. Thank you. Thought a heavy touch was coming. Grosicki's on it, and he's racing forward with it. What can Grosicki do? Turns around, gets it on a Knoll. Was that a header from the 18-yard box? Tries to beat Patricio, but cannot. But we're starting to create a little bit more now. Wolves haven't created too much in this second half. And can we keep up the pressure? It's on it here, and Durham. Garner moving the ball around. Grosicki takes a go. Oh, what a strike. Oh, what a goal from Grosicki. And it's 2-2, and we've turned this around. I don't even know if I want to change off attacking or anything yet. We've been so good the last 20 minutes or so. This is a great finish. What a goal that is. Just curls it into that bottom corner. That's a great goal. I might just keep this the same. Wolves have been trying to run against this and haven't been doing too well. They're back onto very attacking. It's Gibbs White here. Toussaint. Out wide. Can we stop this? It gets in, and Catrone's hat trick. It's just like that. God. That's so annoying. They haven't caused any trouble. And as soon as we score a second, they come right back the other end, and Catrone's just in space again. Nobody gets anywhere near Catrone at any point. Oh, that's so annoying. Close him down better. Yeah, that'd be lovely if they can just do it. They haven't done anything. That was like their only shot of the half. Jed Wallace has an injury and wants to come off. Grosicki clips that in. Cooper headed down, and Ole's put that wide from there. Oh, no. This is devastating. That is devastating the way this game has gone. Because this second half, they've barely been in it. They've had the one shot, and they're going to come away with 3 points. Unbelievable that. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. How poor they were, and oh my god. And the whistle goes. That's so annoying. We didn't play bad. The second half was fine. It's just that is so devastating the way that's gone down. It really, really is. We need to get something from the next 2 games. We need to. That West Ham game looms large, doesn't it? And Fulham, Everton need to take points off them. Everton cannot lose this game. When is that Fulham game? Schedule. It is the 24th. We play on the 25th, so we're actually going to jump forward to that. I can't believe it. That was a good point we were going to get there. It really, really was. And that's just the game messing with us there. He was getting away from everybody, and that's why we need some proper good center backs, because Catrone, man, he was just getting into space. Nobody was getting anywhere near him. We're going to need a really good right back, I think. And a center back, a really good center back. It's it's gonna be a lot. Ben Thompson, okay, tight calf, out for a couple days. That's okay. Cooper's coming along proper nice. He's a good player, Cooper. And when we have him on the set pieces he's supposed to be on, and they don't get switched at the end of the year, then he grabs us some goals. He's grabbed us some goals since we had it, and then the 6 months where we didn't know that they changed the system around, or whatever it may be, not the system, the free kicks, they just stopped them and, you know, opened up a different one, just went back to default. He wasn't scoring any goals because free kicks, their corners are crappy on default. It's just a huge missed opportunity there. You know, a couple goals he could have had. He's had 3 in the second half of the season. You know, having 2 or 3 earlier on could really change games, and that is a bit of a shame. But I really want to see this Fulham result. This Fulham result is big now. They theoretically are going to beat West Brom. If you look at it that way, if they win here, then we are 100% at minimum needing points from the next couple of games. Bournemouth away. I mean, we played pretty well there, but Bournemouth away is tough as well. They play really well at home, and then West Ham at home. That's so big. That West Ham game is going to be so big. But this Everton game here that's coming is going to be massive. And you guys are witnessing right now why I cannot do the live series like I would have liked, because my computer cannot handle recording voice, screen, and playing this game at the same time. It is absolutely dreadful. But I will have a good computer sooner or later. I've already put money aside for it and things like that. I just want to be 100% sure where I go and what I can do. Maybe before next year's game comes out, we will be in a space where we could, you know, really go at it that way. But for the moment, we kind of have to deal with what we have to deal with. But we have reached the Saturday, which is the important bit. It is the important bit. Can we possibly get Everton to do us a favor? As a Liverpool fan, can't remember the last time Everton did me a favor. So we shall see. I'll take a takeover, a proper good takeover with a tycoon. That'd be pretty neat. I don't think I've ever had that happen to me in a game before, so you know, it is what it is. We can definitely build. but we'll see. So let's get into the games. Arsenal beat Leicester, and here we go. A big one here. Fulham, Everton. Can Everton do us a favor? It's a huge game for our survival. Those two games, we've dropped 4 points there. 4 really big points we've dropped today. Just not good enough, really. And Fulham beat Everton 1-0. Oh, God. Man. Oh, man. That is harsh. Oh, they're within 2 points now. 3 games to go. Aston Villa have fallen into the drop, but they have 2 games in hand. Let's see if the Villa play before us next time round. That's... oh, God. This is not going to... You ever just feel really uncomfortable? I feel really uncomfortable here. Burnley are down. Who are Villa playing? Villa have to make up games as well. They've only played 33. They have to play on the Sunday or the Monday unless they're in the cup, which even then it wouldn't make sense. I can't believe that. Everton never do me a bloody favor. They never ever do me a favor. And once again, they don't do me a favor. Aston Villa play first away to Newcastle. If Newcastle can do us a favor, they've had 2 chances to do us a favor. Could they at least do one here? They did. Thank you, Newcastle, for at least doing the favor. Alright, here we are. So Fulham are out of the drop. Aston Villa are not. We are on the same amount as Aston Villa here. Newcastle winning is a pretty big result. What do they look like toward the... Wow, they haven't won a game since December. Look at this form. They had a draw with Fulham and a draw with West Brom, and that's it. They're away to Chelsea next, and they have Arsenal. We're kind of in the same spot as them in terms of 2 games we can grab points from and 2 games we cannot. Well, we're going to end it here. Next episode is a big one, of course. Bournemouth, West Ham. We need points. We need points. We need Fulham. That win over Fulham now. How big is that? Yeah, we need points. West Brom play Fulham, and oh my God. Oh my God. This is going to be a tight run-in, guys, and hopefully we end up on the other side of it. But for now, that is going to be the end of this episode. I hope you folks, of course, have enjoyed it. Stay tuned for more, and peace.